You are going to join your relatives in Germany. Maybe you are a German resident and want to bring a relative to the country. In either cases, proving financial support is a must. A letter of commitment or declaration of commitment is what you need. It is a document that you prove the financial ability to support a visitor. Watch this video to learn all about it. Hi, I'm Behnam from the Visa Library. Keep watching as I'm going to tell you all about Declaration of Commitment letter. Before I begin, subscribe to this channel and hit the bell. You shouldn't miss any updates. Also, my colleagues have prepared a free cheat sheet for Declaration of Commitment letter. You can get it from the link in the Visa Library article. It's helpful and contains necessary information and useful tips. Now, let's begin. Let me ask you this. Who can get a letter of commitment? Anyone residing in Germany under a legal residence permit can get it. The requirements is to have enough income. If you have low income or no income, you may not get a letter of commitment. Some German residents may not get such a letter. Here they are. 1. People who need government financial support and receive assistance. 2. People who have tolerated a stay permit. It is a temporary residence document rather than an actual residence permit. The government issues it for people who have to leave Germany, but departure is not possible at the moment. 3. Asylum temporary stay permit. The asylum seekers receive a temporary stay permit to stay in Germany. They may not receive letters of support for foreign visitors. Number 4. Temporary residence permit. It enables you to stay in Germany until you receive your real residence permit. It's often valid for 3 months. There are 2 types of declaration of commitment. A letter of commitment for a Germany short stay visa. It is when you need to stay in Germany for up to 90 days. A letter of commitment for Germany long stay visa. It is for the time when you need to stay in Germany for longer than 90 days. Remember to pick the type that suits the duration of the visitor's stay. The letter you get must have some features to be qualified. Here are the eligibility principles with it. 1. The letter must explain details about the purpose of the visit. The date the guest will visit Germany, the duration of a stay, and the date he or she will leave the country must be clear. What the guest will do in the country must be stated as well. If there is proof of it, submit it as well. An admission letter for a student visa is an example. Number 2 is the financial independence. The host must provide evidence of financial independence and show that he or she can support the visitor. Number 3 is the address. The host must have a registered living address in Germany. Number 4, legal residence permit. The residency status of the host in Germany must be legal. It must allow the residents to receive the declaration of commitment. The permit's validity must be over the date the guest will leave Germany. What are the financial responsibilities of the German resident? The host undertakes to pay all the visitor's costs in Germany. It is when the visitor is unable to pay himself or herself. Medical treatment costs, repatriation. This is when the host doesn't leave the country voluntarily. Cost of daily living like food, accommodation, clothing, transportation fare. Alright, how should you apply for a declaration of commitment? Should you apply for it? Can you write a normal letter and undertake to pay the visitor's expenses? The answer is no. You have to apply for the foreigner's authority in the city you're living to get it. The German authorities must approve that you can pay the costs for the visitor. The first step is to gather the supporting documents. The host residing in Germany must provide these list of documents to the foreigner authority. Number 1 is the application form. It gets called... Sorry, I'm not familiar with German and cannot pronounce it at all. Number 2 is the passport. Number 3 is a residence permit. The permit must be legal and valid in Germany. It could be a residence permit or settlement permit. It is required when the host is a non-EU national. Number 4 is the personal information. Provide the personal details for the visitor. Complete first and last name, date of birth, also the country he or she was born, nationality. Number 5 is the host address in the residing country. Number 6 is the certificate of registered address. If you're about to change your address and move to a new house, mention it in the application form. Number 7 is the proof of a relationship. It must prove that the host and the visitor have a relationship. Number 8 is the accommodation. Based on the accommodation you have, provide proof of it. It could be a rental agreement. The landlord or landlady must confirm it through a confirmation letter. Ownership certificate. If so, confirmation of registration is needed. Number 9 is the proof of financial responsibility. If the host has divorced his spouse or children, he or she needs to provide proof of financial support for them. Number 10 is the financial independence. The host must prove that he or she can support the guest in Germany. The proof depends on the host employment status. If you work for a German employer or company, these documents are needed. Pay slips for the latest 6 months, spouse salary statement, employment contract. It must be valid for 6 months over the date you are applying to receive the declaration of commitment. A letter from your employer indicating that the host is employed with him or her. It must be issued within the last 2 weeks. If you're self-employed or work as a freelancer, these documents are needed. Monthly net income certificate. A tax consultant or someone verified must issue it and the host must sign it. Existing business evaluation, BWA. It is called... Sorry, I'm not that good in German and cannot pronounce it. It indicates the cost or profit situation of your company. Health insurance certificate, proof of received funds. If you have received funds from a job center as a startup company, provide evidence. Current tax certificate, tax registration certificate, business registration extract or shareholders contract. Income tax assessment, latest version is required. Tax consultant statement of your net profit. This was the list of documents. God, it was a damn long list. But remember one point, the German authorities could ask for more documents. Their rules and obligations might change. Also, they could ask for additional documents depending on your case. Remember another point, the earliest time you can apply for the declaration of commitment is 6 months before the date the visitor wants to move to Germany. When you're done gathering the documents, book an appointment with the Foreign Office or the Immigration Office of the city you live in. You can get it through a phone call, email, or an in-person visit. Get to the center on the scheduled date, but prepare answers to these questions first. 1. How many visitors will you be hosting? 2. Parental and marital status of the visitors. 3. The visitor's purpose of the visit. 4. The duration of a stay. 5. What period of the year will they visit Germany? 6. The host's residential status in Germany. 7. The related questions about the visitor's case. You also need to download the letter from the immigration authority's website. Complete it and submit the other documents to the officials. There is also a fee for processing that you must pay in cash. Ask the center how much it costs you. You would better prepare the copies of the documents required before you meet the officials. If not, you will be charged 50 cents for each copy and the process takes a bit longer. The authorities will process the application. They will decide whether you are eligible to support the visa applicants or not. When the officials approve the letter, they will stamp and sign it. Now you can send the original letter to the visa applicant. He or she needs the letter to apply for a Germany visa. Now let's answer some questions regarding the declaration of commitment. Can you revoke the declaration of commitment? The answer depends. You as the supporter cannot revoke a declaration of commitment. It is only possible if someone else commits to support the visitor's expenses. Also, if you as the sponsor cannot cover your expenses, you can revoke the commitment. However, you have to complete formal procedures. Another question, how long do you have to cover financial support for the visitor? The sponsor has to cover the visitor's expenses until he or she remains in Germany. Once the visitor leaves Germany, the sponsor doesn't have any commitments. Also, if the visitor changes his or her residence status, the sponsor will be free of support. He or she no longer has to support the guest. If you lose the letter, you have to apply for another one. It is mandatory to provide the original form to prove financial support. Alright then, this was all that you must know about the letter of commitment. If you have questions that we did not cover in this video, write them down in the comments section. My team at the Visa Library will get to them ASAP. If you want us to make more videos about the Germany visa or a special topic about Germany, ask us in the comments section. We'll get what you want. Let me remind you, don't forget to download the free cheat sheet my colleagues have prepared for a letter of commitment from the description. It's helpful along the way. Until the next video, thank you all for watching.